Hello, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Andrew here, running on beer. Welcome. And this is freezer cleaner number 2. So, in my last video I mentioned freezer cleaner volume 1 went brown. The lighting in here is not great. Well, hello, cat. Lighting in here is not great, but this is not oxidized. I mean, well, at least it doesn't look oxidized. It don't smell oxidized either. Got a lot of orange. It's almost old school. Like, there's a fair bit of orange here. Some pineapple too. But definitely great aroma-wise. This has been sitting on gas for like 2 days at like 30 psi, so it had a little bit of a head on it. Still a little hazy, but more clear than the last one. I mean, I can kind of see through it. I did use some gelatin on this, and I didn't do anything specific to get any haze. It's all, there's a pound of Munich malt, there's like 14 pounds of other malt, basically base malt in it, and half a pound of carapils. I did use, I didn't use Warrior. I'm looking at the recipe here. I should really learn how to read these things. Lupamax, Brew 1, and Amarillo, both at, I guess maybe I gotta go down to, or go to this. Here we go, this works better. Okay, so 1.5 ounces of Warrior at 60 minutes to give it some bittering. Ounce of Amarillo Lupamax at 5 minutes. An ounce of Brew 1 Lupamax at 5 minutes. 2 ounces of Meridian, and then an ounce each of Amarillo Lupamax and Brew 1 Lupamax dry hopped. Brewfather says 5 days. It wasn't really that long. Used Mangrove Jack's M12 Kvike with this, which I picked up at the last HomebrewCon, and I think the next HomebrewCon's like about to happen. So fermented it quick. At one point I had it at like room temperature and decided, well, I'll put it up to like 90. So I put it in a basin of hot water. It worked. So the dry hop was actually a few days because I'm lazy and I had to deal with going to a conference to present. But it still looks great. It smells great. Firm bitterness, closer to a West Coast, not melt your face off bitterness, but bitter enough, kind of on the low end for like a West Coast IPA. Lots of orange, a little bit of pine in there, some pineapple. Getting an aftertaste that's really more of like a pine and like an orange peel kind of thing. Definitely tastes very American, very West Coast. It's quite a good beer. So, I'm going to enjoy this one. This is the first off the keg, and yeah, this keg may not last too long. Anyway, if you like what you see, subscribe. Cheers.